Hi everybody. I just wanted to come here really quick to discuss Lexi and the Fletchers. First things first, I'm just so happy that the show cultivates all of these great discussions that we're able to have. This is an issue that is prevalent among all communities throughout probably fucking eternity. I don't know. But since forever, men have been making families in different spots. If you look up the genetic makeup of men versus women, there's obviously a difference. If you look at the population of men versus women, there's a lot more women than there are men. So men have lots of fucking options. And then you couple that with some change. First of all, you guys can get girls without money. So if you have a little bit of money, that's just going to be multiplied. So it's really hard to balance that, I believe. But anyway, I don't think that this is just a community issue. I am so confused why people are outraged by her speaking out and by her sharing her experience when, first of all, if you look at your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your immediate family, your cousins, there's not all of these fucking nuclear families everywhere. You don't think people feel left out? As parents, people make mistakes. If they own up to it, then it could be a mistake. People are not always these perfect parents, no matter who it is. Whether you like Chris or not, Chris and Nell, people can make mistakes. There's no rule book to parenting. Basically, as far as circumstances go, there is an array of different things that could have happened. And I feel like a lot of people do have some sort of family trauma, or you definitely know someone close to you that does.
Let it go.
I let everything go. That's why I'm here. If I don't let everything go with this family, I would not be here.
By you guys invalidating what Lexi is saying, you're also saying fuck you to people who have also been through what Lexi is talking about. So you just have to be aware of that, whether you say she's spoiled or not. I mean, if you're a family and everybody's getting all this shit,
these expensive ass cars that has been bought, your dad was telling me not to buy y'all those cars. Y'all didn't need those things.
They're like, oh, well, you get child support. And you're like, oh, well, okay. There's fucking 4 people with Game Boys. You're like, oh, ask your mom to get you one. Damn. Okay, I guess I'll go fuck myself. And you really have to think about it. There's always someone on the outside.
I got treated differently.
How did you get treated differently?
I've always gotten treated differently. Let's not open up that can of worms.
Well, we can open it up.
Historically, men normally take care of the kids whose mom that they're currently with. So let's say if I'm dating Joey, okay? So I'm dating Joey and we have a baby. Oh, he's the best father in the world. All right, me and Joey break up. He find him another bitch. And this bitch got kids. Oftentimes, Joey be taking care of them bitches' kids, real bad. And honestly, he may just be oh, fuck my kid. Or he may not stay in constant communication with my kid. Not saying everybody, but I'm just talking about Joey. And Joey represents a lot of men. So he may be oh, yeah, hey, kid. Hey, you don't call me. I did notice this about Chris and Nell. In their scenes are oh, you never call me. For some reason, parents think that they're, they can't fucking dial out. They can dial out to everybody else, but, you didn't call me. Bitch. You can also call me. Why do I always have to call you? Normally, that one-sided thing where they always want the child to reach out. You need to do this, you need to do that, instead of the parents doing that. So that's very common. So I don't know why y'all acting confused, because there are a lot of Joeys out there. Then they can go around spreading their seeds everywhere. This is why I say men's genetic makeup is different. You can't just go around and get a whole bunch of dudes pregnant. Okay? You got a 9-month downtime. They don't have no downtime. They can have 100 kids. Men can have 100 fucking kids. With that being said, somebody is getting neglected.
Why are you lying?
When was the last time I saw you guys? November.
But that is a real issue. So when their access to the mom is, broken off, they're hey, you can't be in and out of my kid's life. You can't just come here when you want to beat my doonies down. The kids are asleep. You need to take my kids out. Where is RJ's fucking birthday gift? So that's something I feel like a lot of people should be able to relate to. She's speaking from a different perspective, and a lot of kids can really feel her.
While y'all were driving BMWs and Mercedes,
you can move your finger to.
I was driving
you drove
a 1997
your little expensive
Grand
ass
Am.
white car after I dropped $22,000.
What in the actual?
I would need more background on the car situation because Chris did say, oh, I gave you $22,000 and around that time you got a car.
At one point of time, a large lump sum of money was given, in not less than a month, you had another car. So that's why we were
I got
assuming.
into a car accident.
She said that she was in an accident and then she got a car. I would need to see the details of all of that.
You guys want the legal documentation? I got in a car accident with my hoopty.
You're going too far.
And then
However, I do want to say, if you are getting all of your kids, or at least some of them, like luxury cars, Game Boys, fucking juice packs, I don't give a fuck what it is. But there's one kid that you're not doing that for, that's an issue. Like, that kid's gonna feel some type of way.
you know, like, what this, like, memory loss is that everyone's experiencing. But it's, like, tragic.
That puts the siblings in a weird position because either they could feel some sympathy for their sibling.
You do have this thing about just like, woe is me. You do.
I have a woe is me
You do.
thing.
You do. You most certainly do. You most
Because
certainly
I
do.
was not treated the same as you guys. I've never been around this family.
Or they can be like, oh, well, fuck you. Like, it's not fair that you get everything that I get. Like, I need more of the money. Like, you don't even be here.
She comes here, sees stuff, and she wants what everybody else has. It doesn't work like that. It's not fair.
And honestly, the thing that kills me and a lot of other women are when the men have a daughter like Lexi, their firstborn, their oldest girl. And then they have, like, other kids, outside kids, their new wife's kids. And obviously they're in the house, so they get more benefits.
You were in a different household, and you chose to get mad about certain things, Lexi.
They're with them every day. They get to hug them in the morning, see them in the afternoon, you know, laugh and chit-chat. Oh, haha, you know. Like, see them just run around in their pajamas. Someone like Lexi coming around a little bit or, you know, just not really feeling immersed into the family vibe, she's going to feel some type of way.
I have gone years without talking to you guys because I got treated so differently.
It's your choice.
Yes.
Especially if she's getting any sort of energy from the other kids or the stepmom.
We
Because of
reached out to you, and you blocked all of us. Please
Because of
don't
how
get
y'all
started on
treated
that.
me.
They could be feeling a different type of way. Like, oh, yeah, you know, like, I don't know how welcoming they are.
Have I ever been on a family vacation with you guys?
Lexi.
Have I ever been invited to a family vacation with
You
you guys?
most certainly have.
When? What vacation?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Which it sounds like they do try, maybe. I mean, honestly, I don't know.
Or daughter.
My
never
daughter was
gets
being
an-
and cussed me out and wasn't
I was
talking
gonna
to me.
say, I don't even think y'all was talking. And you
When
We
have
was
I
not.
ever
Let's just
cussed
keep
you
it real.
out?
Lexi, you've cussed me out more than once.
I'm just not gonna act like they were like complete assholes and was like, fuck you, Lexi. But Lexi obviously feels abandoned, to be real. Like, she feels like no one loves her. She feels like everybody hates her. And instead of being like, oh, she has mental health issues, then just reassure her. Be like, hey, Lexi, like, you're my sister. I do love you. Like, we do need to foster a good relationship. Whatever happened in the past, I'm sorry about that. Like, I was a child. Like, some of the things I didn't notice, I was like, oh, well, like, your mom does get support. So, you know, we just have our Game Boys and I didn't know you were hurt by that. Or, you know, maybe they did. They're like, sorry for being a dick about it. Like, I didn't understand how much that impacted you and how much you're still carrying that to this day. Or now be like, hey, Lexi, like, I'm sorry that I did not help you foster that relationship with your dad. I really didn't push your dad to really bond with you like that. I don't know, like, you were just in a different state and it's like, wow, that's Lexi, you know. So I should have said, hey, like, you and Lexi need to go out and spend some quality time together, or I'll leave you two alone. Like, you guys just hang out or come over more, Lexi. I don't know, something like that. But Lexi has some feelings and you guys just need to, like, she just really needs a hug and to know that everybody loves her. Right now, she feels like nobody gives a fuck about her. And Chris, you should also feel ashamed. Which I know, like, this is a touchy subject because we really don't know the real details of their relationships and how was Chris trying, like, what was going on, blah, blah, blah.
You were always there?
No. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that. There was a difficult times in my life that I couldn't be.
My entire life was a difficult time in your life?
No. Don't say that because you're lying. Now you
Or like if he did apologize for not being there all the time, because he did go through some shit. You know, everybody does go through some shit. Not excusing it. I'm just saying, you know, it's life. Like, your parents are not fucking perfect, but they do need to try to make it right or apologize or whatever. Chris, be like, oh yeah, like, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that we really didn't foster like that father and daughter relationship, and I want to be close to you. I really want to get to know you. I want to get to know my grandkids. I want to see them, bring my grandkids over, or like I'm gonna fly to Tennessee or drive Tennessee to Alabama. It shouldn't be that far away. You know, like, you guys need to work on that relationship. I hope it's not too late. And I know, Lexi, you said the relationship was dead, but it would be great if you guys could at least try. Just at least try. Like, you are having a lot of feelings, and you are completely valid in your feelings from what I saw, because I did not agree with everybody ganging up on you.
Well, why didn't y'all buy me one if y'all were buying them
Because you're
cars?
reckless.
So when Lexi was talking to her parents about, oh, like, I was treated different.
How can we apologize for anything when you want to block us every time?
But why would you guys apologize when you guys are now saying there's nothing to apologize for?
We've all got into it. I ain't never blocked Chris.
You weren't treated differently. You were fine. Like, how the fuck? Like, that is not good. Like, the siblings shouldn't have had said anything. It really should have been her and Chris. And honestly, I guess maybe now. But that conversation, the siblings really shouldn't have said anything. Like, dead ass. They should have stayed out of it.
Exactly why your ass ain't never.
Make sure you block me. Bitch.
When my siblings be doing shit, I try to stay out of it. I try. No, but for real, she could feel even worse. But shouts out to her husband. Like, the way he was...
we never mistreated you. That's your perception. That's what you're saying. And the only thing you're talking about is a car.
You're
All-
28?
Oh my God. Now you telling a lie. Now you pissed.
Like, shouts out to him. But I really think you guys can foster that relationship. And Lexi, I really don't want you to harbor so much, you know, like that's a burden, you know, and she had mental health issues. Chris, you need to hug your daughter. You should have made Lexi get out of that car, and you should have gave her a big old hug. Like, for real, like, you really do need to work with Lexi. But the thing is, with adults, both sides, I'm not going to vilify either side. When things like this happen, normally both parties are like, I don't want to reach out. Oh, she doesn't want to talk to me. He doesn't want to talk to me. He hates me. She hates me. Like, everybody's seeking the same thing. Deep down inside, I think both of you would like to have a good relationship. Or else, he wouldn't have even invited you to the show unless they were just using you for, like, a scene. Before Chris invited you to the scene, you guys should have had some sort of dinner beforehand, or met up with everybody beforehand and really discuss boundaries. I know it's a reality show, but she did say that you guys were talking about her mom. But if you do want a relationship with your kids, you have to have some sort of morality. Nobody's going to sit there and let you talk about their fucking mama. Like, I'm sorry. Right or wrong, if you have that conversation, you don't need to have that in front of the child. Like, that's making them feel some sort of way, especially if she already feels like she's getting treated differently. Then y'all want to sit up and talk about her mama. Like, the siblings were talking too much.
I could have reached around this table and smacked her ass.
They were talking too much. But I believe Lexi. I do believe Lexi. And I can look on both sides. So, for one, you guys need to try harder with her. I don't know if they tried already and she wasn't receptive. Obviously, she's going through some mental health things. These family dynamics, like, it really plays a huge part. And Chris, with you shedding tears about your son's mental health issues, and then when it comes to Lexi, she stated that you were just like, oh, well, I didn't know. Now that you have had that heart-to-heart with your son, and you have heard her talk, Chris, dead ass, like, I'm being dead ass serious. You need to take your dancing ass to fucking Tennessee by yourself. You need to take a solo trip by yourself. Talk to Lexi. Talk to Lexi's mom. Fucking spend time with your grandkids. Like, deliver the fucking gifts. With returning the gift situation, that's a tough one. Like, that is a really tough one because I know what she means, but at the same time, that could have been the Fletchers trying by sending gifts. By saying, hey, grandkid, hey, yeah, like, I got this from my grandpa Fletch, blah, blah, blah. It's hard when your kids are in a different location, to be honest. Like, it really is. I'm not gonna lie. They should be trying harder, but it is difficult. Fletcher, you need to get your ass fucking, yeah, across the fucking state lines and go fucking talk to Lexi without the cameras. Like, for real. Like, she is really hurting. I know she says you guys won't talk until heaven. Lexi, like, I know somebody who remind me of Lexi. When you fucking shit on them, or they felt like you shit on them, it's like, fuck you, bitch. I'm not talking to you for life. Which, honestly, maybe I'm like that a little bit. So, with Nell possibly being a side chick, the moral of the story is, do not take your man to fucking Huntsville. Alright? Don't take your man to Huntsville. There's some bad biddies out there, and they will take your man, okay? They're gonna take your man. Which, the men, they are to be taken. The men are for the streets, okay? They're for the fucking streets, so I'm not gonna blame the women. Because first of all, they be fucking lying. They be acting like they not fucking married. They be engaging in activities like they not fucking married, talking to these women like they not fucking married, hooking these women, knowing how fast we fall in love. Bitch, like, it does not take much. Like, I'm dead ass. It does not take much for a woman to fall in love, okay? Like, dead ass. When I met my boyfriend, like, first date, I was like, yeah. This is the one right here. This one right here. First conversations, I was like, yeah, I like him. So it would be tough if you are, because the men, they be begging to get these women back. Like, after the women are like, you know what? Fuck you. You lied to me. You're married. They fucking fight to get that woman back who is not their wife. And they're like, oh no, baby, I'm getting divorced. In Chris's case, he actually did get divorced. So